My name's Ronan.
And my name's Alex. Join us here in St Maarten
For a flight again on Win Air over to St Barths. So let's go and have a look to see how that is. Hopefully we're landing on the exciting runway, so do come along and let's see what this is like.
So we're now airside. We had a bit of an issue getting through the initial kind of checkpoint where you scan your boarding pass. We basically scanned our QR code, one that we got online, and it said to seek assistance, so that's what we did. It took a while for it to, well, basically, I don't know what she was doing. She was on the phone to someone. The flight wasn't on the departure board. It sounds, I don't think she knew really what she was doing. Anyway, she was friendly about it, so I guess that makes it okay. So, yep, come with us. We're now going to try out the lounge here at, whatever it's called, the Sky Lounge, is it? The something lounge, we'll show you in a minute. So we headed to the one and only lounge at St Maarten Airport. This was the Princess Sky Lounge. Just because you here, it was rather quiet when we went, but we would imagine, particularly later on in the afternoon when you've got several flights flying out, 737s, 757, or was it 321 now, I can't remember, but I imagine this lounge gets really, really busy. But as you can see, it's a nice space. I probably wouldn't want to spend too long here. Probably half an hour to an hour max. As you can see, the breakfast options were still out. These were okay, not to my taste. There was a few kind of sandwiches out as well. But yeah, overall, nice space to spend half an hour to an hour. And then just having a look around the terminals, a few shops, you can see here where you can buy a few bits and bobs.
So here we are at the sea gates at St Maarten. Interestingly, our flight isn't showing on any of the departure screens, which caused us problems at the boarding pass check area. Went down to speak to Win Air staff. They're probably the rudest staff I've ever encountered at an airport. For the cost of the flight, I'd expect someone to at least be a little bit polite. But yeah, so we're waiting now at the sea gates area, and we'll hopefully have the aircraft come from here, because if not, all the way back down to the other end of the airport.
Well, we did have to go to the other end of the airport, unfortunately, so here we are, sprinting across. Obviously, it's sped up a little bit here. And there's a National bringing in, I think, a spare engine or spare part to one of the 737 MAX that had a landing incident here. But anyway, on the bus, as you can see here, rather busy. And what was interesting that not everyone on the bus was going on our flight. There was an ATR flight going out to St Lucia, and they were getting on that. But we were getting on this Twin Otter, Papa Juliet Whiskey, India, Quebec. We're going to stop rambling now so you can hear the really lovely sounds of this Twin Otter. And we'll speak to you again once we get airborne.
23 destined to St Barths. Flight time to the video approximately 10 minutes at a cruising altitude of 1,500 feet. At this time, we'd like your full undivided attention for the safety briefing. The emergency exit rows are located on rows 2, 6, and 7 on the two cockpit doors that are in front of you. Your life jacket is under your seat, whereas the safety card is located in the seat pockets in front of you. Please observe the no smoking seatbelt sign. Now, smoking is prohibited throughout the entire flight, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy the short flight over to St Barths. On behalf of the crew, Captain Richie, First Officer Smith, we welcome you on board. We're just going to wait a bit, be a little bit patient with us for about 5 minutes. Just waiting for some ground crew to come, and we can start up our aircraft and go on our way. Again, thank you for choosing us, and have a wonderful day.
We don't care right now. Can you not talk about that?
All right, ladder. In the back. Okay, there it is. Avionics. 10.
So airborne now, flights weren't cheap. It was £100 each for just this one-way flight. As you can see here, a great view over Coal Bay, and we will soon then go over Philipsburg as well. Some big cruise ships. I think Icon of the Sea, which is the largest cruise ship at the moment in the world, was also in, so it was really great to get an aerial shot of that from above. It's a really short flight. It was only 13 minutes, covering a distance of 21 miles. I managed to bag the middle front seat on this flight, which is definitely the place you want to be if you're a av geek. It's not often you get to look into a cockpit as a paying passenger on a flight, so it's really nice to be able to do this. We'll shortly again stop the rambling, and we'll just let you listen again to the engine and the aircraft. Lots of luxury super yachts as we come into St Barths, and it was rather bumpy, but yeah, we'll stay quiet for now, and we will come back to you once we have touched down. I mean, oh wow, I mean, after seeing probably hundreds of videos of aircraft landing at St Barths, it was actually really amazing to experience it myself by flying in there as a passenger, and really enjoyed it. It was a bit more bumpy than I was probably expecting, and I didn't realise how much the aircraft pitches down to go over the hill. But it wasn't, well, I didn't particularly find it terrifying, but then again, I fly privately. There was a passenger on our flight though, probably the row behind me or the two or three rows behind that. They were, I think, terrified, and they've been completely put off by it. Yeah, I mean, if you're used to flying, I think you'll be fine. Yeah, here we are in St Barths. Really nice Caribbean feel. St Maarten was nice, but I think a little bit probably more Americanised, whereas here it feels very kind of premium Caribbean. It feels like I'm on holiday, which is nice. Another interesting thing, so Jamie's bag arrived here on the flight before, so I think it was just going around in circles on the baggage carousel. We have got some more videos coming out about St Barths, or at least one more video anyway, so do stay tuned for that. Ronan sounds like a frog at the moment, so that's why I've just done the voiceover, but you'll hear from him hopefully on the next video.